I'm going to put the microphone on for this. I'm going to see if I can get through this one and do a little better job of trying to figure out what's wrong with me, or just honestly say what I think is going on. Welcome to Solo Iced Coffee. I haven't changed the name. This is only the second video I've done in a while. I have not talked to anyone. I have just shut down in a way that's uncomfortable for me. And that's not normally me. Like, I have my moments, you know. And there goes my glasses on the floor. Oh well. I have my moments, but I don't have moments that last as long as this one is lasting. So, I did make a little coffee. I've had it sitting out for probably 30 minutes and didn't touch it. That's pretty good. I just uploaded a video that I did yesterday, and I'm going to be honest in saying that I swear to you guys, I've done at least 10 to 12 videos that I've deleted. I do a video, I delete it. I do a video, I delete it. Let me turn a light on. Let me see if I need more light. There we go. It is the 3rd of February. It's sunny today here where I am. And it's cold, as it should be for February. I feel like I look a little better today, like I have a little more color, a little more something to me than what I did. I'm going through what I think is, I think I'm just now going through my grief and my mourning period. I'm asking a lot of, I'm asking myself a lot of questions about Sky's death. One of the things that I've really struggled with is something called relief guilt. When you've taken care of your loved one for, in my case it was years, not just with the disease that killed him, but so many illnesses prior to that disease. Probably almost the whole relationship, he had something wrong. So there's something called relief guilt when the person you've cared for passes away and you no longer have that responsibility, that heavy weight on you, that, you know, constant physical and emotional toll that it takes on you as a caregiver. And I think that the whole thing, the whole death is what's hitting me. That, and add in all the change with getting married, all the change with moving very soon, and how that's going to look, because I have things to figure out that I've never had to deal with before. Not having health insurance is, I want to say, I think it's a first for me. I have Medicare, basic Medicare, because of my disability, but hopefully by Wednesday I will have a plan added on to my Medicare. I'm meeting with my broker by phone, a lady I've worked with for a number of years. But it feels like there's big things, you know. I can't just go and get in my car and go to the store and kind of allow myself to breathe with giving up the car. And I know when I said in the earlier video, I really miss having a car. And that wasn't me trying to sound selfish or, you know, but having the freedom or the ability to be able to just have some space for yourself, to be able to go to the store and just to be able to do for yourself for a second, especially when you've done that for a number of years and then all of a sudden you can't. It's everything's different for me. Everything has changed. Everything has changed. I have no regrets in getting married. I have no regrets or any questions in the feelings I have for the man that I married. I have a lot of asking myself, am I trusting in my decision making with things like the health insurance and just all the decisions that I've needed to make on my end as I've gone through all these processes. When you have anxiety and panic anyway, and then you add in all the stuff, everything becomes foggy for me. And I've done really well for a really long time, but lately, just maybe over a week, I don't even know, a lot of things hit me, and it seemed to center around the 27th when it was the 11-month anniversary of his death. So whether I'm just coming to the realization of all the change, I don't know. I got to the mall today, walked 5,500 steps. I've walked since I've been home, cooked lunch, and the house is clean and the laundry's caught up and things are done, things are getting done. It's not as though I have just laid in bed, because I haven't. But last night was the first night that I can remember actually truly crying myself to sleep. I mean, I laid in bed and I cried that silent cry, and the tears were just running down my face. And the next thing I know, I was asleep. And I think that's the first time, maybe even since I was a kid, that I cried myself to sleep. There's so much happening and everything is being written down. Like, there's 3 different calendars going in this apartment. There's the Google calendar that George created for the 2 of us. There's the whiteboard that I constantly update everything that has to get done. And then I have a calendar from the Dollar Tree. And so I'm marking things off as they get done and adding new things into the list as they come up. So we have an appointment time for Wednesday's cataract surgery. So that's good. We know where we need to be and when. And then the eye drops start in the left eye. We're finishing up the second week plus of the right eye of 3 times a day eye drops. We have 1 more day tomorrow of 3 times a day. And then it gets 2 times a day for a week, and then once a day for a week. But then I'll be working the left eye. So for a while, for a couple of weeks, I'll be putting drops in both eyes. They gave us a chart that you mark off each time you do an eye drop, an antibiotic eye drop. So it's just one, and it sounds so simple, but it's just one of the bazillion things that are going on. I'm holding off calling some places until I have a little more information on some things, like the apartment, and getting furniture and all that that part should sound exciting, right? Getting furniture, going thrifting, and it is in a way, but there's a there's a veil over everything I'm trying to do right now. There's a veil. I honestly, I have not been on what's it called? Facebook. The last thing I did was change my profile picture and my background picture. And it has something to do with timing, and I don't even remember what it says. But it was an old picture from an old saying from way back. I have not been on Messenger, and I think tomorrow will be a week. Because I remember the last person I messaged. And it has nothing to do with anybody that's over there. It's me. It's all me. Everything feels so overwhelming. Everything. I am trying every single day, like I said in the last videos I made, to find that one thing. I will look around here and find that one thing, no matter what it is. Lighting the candle that's next to me, or having the coffee, or, I don't know, cleaning the kitchen floor. Something that I feel is trying to clear away the fog. Me not being present is not me. Like that I know. And my next appointment with my therapist isn't until the 11th, which is not that far away because time is really going fast. One of my friends has a birthday coming up. I don't think the birthday's today. I think it's the 5th. But time is just moving, and I need to have a certain kind of health insurance in order to talk to my therapist. And I don't know how health insurance runs, so I don't know if the Medicaid insurance that I had, if it's still intact until the end of the month. So I need to call them and find out, do I have the health insurance that I picked up, do I have that till the end of the month? And then my new insurance, whatever that looks like, will pick up March 1st. That's what I don't know. That's what I have to make phone calls. And to make a phone call right now, it feels like you might as well tell me to go, dig a mile-long ditch to try and get that done. That's how overwhelming that feels. It's not like me to disappear. Not for this amount of time, not for the people that I love so deeply and care about so much. It's not. I don't just go into such a cave for this amount of time. Last evening, I was so close to just closing all of my social media, everything, every single thing that I have. Because I feel like I don't know how to talk to people anymore. I feel like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I've ever felt this alone. But yet, I swear, honestly, I do. I'm not a morning person at all because my nights are so awful. And, but I get up and I get ready and we go to the mall and I walk and walk and walk and walk and come home and make lunch and make sure the laundry's done and the trash is emptied. And yesterday or the day before, I scrubbed the kitchen floor and the bathroom floor, and I scrubbed the bathroom. And I'm thinking as I'm doing this, like, why bother? Because in a couple of weeks, I have to deep clean this whole place when it's empty. I have donated so many things. I walk around my apartment now and I feel like I don't even know it. That things are in boxes and crates, and I feel like a stranger in my home. I was trying to think back when Sky and I got together, how much I knew about him. And obviously I didn't know everything I needed to know, because it came out that that he had a very large debt. People have asked me about my marriage to Sky and why I didn't stay married to Sky. Sky had a very, very large debt from his college days, way back, way back. Probably 30 years in the making. And that was never disclosed to me until I'm going to start getting hives. My anxiety causes hives, and I start to itch. That wasn't disclosed to me until after the fact. After legal stuff happened and it was a mess. And I would not, no way was I going to stay in that trap. I didn't create that debt. I'm very conscientious as far as spending and doing. And I've had issues like with my son where I've had to just stop the communication so that I could financially stay even anywhere near afloat. But you know, I ask myself now at times, how much do I know about the man I'm married to? And he's very open. If I ask a question, he'll answer it, you know. But he's very different from me in so many ways, and meaning that I'm pretty simple. Not simple, well, depends on who you ask. I want to say not simple up here, but depends on who you ask. I don't own property yet. I don't have a car. I don't have debt. And what I own is in this apartment, and I can tell you, it's right now, I bet I have 1/2 to 1/3 of the belongings that I had a couple weeks ago. And so he's only 3 years older than me, but his life and his work and his all, you know, is much more complicated and much more involved than anything I've ever done. So that makes for a lot of difference, you know. I don't know, like this month is confusing for me. Let me tell you about this month. I'm trying to have people understand as much as they can what it is that I'm going through, so that I can get through all of this as healthy as I can. Because I know me and I know my spirit, and I know where my spirit normally is. Some of you have my phone number. Some of you have my address. And I'm over on Gmail. My Gmail is still open, poetmoon10@gmail.com. But honestly, I'm going to use the word embarrassed by how I'm feeling, that like I can't explain well what this feels like for me. It's very gray and it's very foggy. And it doesn't feel like a depression. It feels like an incredible loss. And then a lot of change after that. And so I'm trying to figure out where I am. And it's kind of a throwback to like in my 20s. But this month, with as much as I wanted to get out of January for me, after the holidays, January feels very long, it's very cold, it's very snowy. And I always look forward to February because it's a very short month. And it's got Valentine's Day and a lot of birthdays of people I love dearly. And President's Day, which means President's Day sales, which means the winter stuff's going to go away and the spring stuff is going to come out. And now we can say next month spring starts, March 20th or 21st, right? Like we've almost made it through the winter, you guys. I'm going to throw this in as a side note. I won't be looking at comments. So just bear with me. That's all I'm asking is just bear with me. Like if you leave a comment, be kind. Just be kind. But February is good in a way. Like yesterday, my little sister had a birthday. We haven't spoken since '09, but she had a birthday nonetheless. And it's my son Connor's birthday this month. He turns 26. It's my oldest son. He turns 43. And George's birthday is on the 23rd. I believe it's 3 of my messenger friends have birthdays in February. George's son has a birthday in February. George's great-granddaughter has a birthday in February. Sky's daughter-in-law has a birthday. It's President's Day. It's Valentine's Day. There's all these wonderful, amazing days. And then there's the 27th, which marks 1 year since Sky has been gone. And I'll tell you, I look at pictures of him and I have a couple of very short video clips of him. And I ask myself, how did this happen? How can he be gone, you know? And have it be a year, which means I basically, except for, you know, we have Valentine's Day to get through, but I've made it through all of the major events, pretty much. There's a couple more things yet to get through, but I've made it through pretty much all of them. And some days I can say I did it in one piece, and some days I can say I didn't do well at all. I wanted to look at my time. Valentine's Day for me is kind of quirky because I met my son Kenny, his dad. I met him on Valentine's Day back in 1988 at a dance. So I kind of have that memory. It's a good memory. He's a good man. And Connor's dad had a terrible situation on Valentine's Day way back, a very long time ago that I won't get into, but it was a very traumatic situation for him. So that kind of rolls up in Valentine's Day for me. George will have an eye checkup on Valentine's Day. His 1 week cataract checkup on Valentine's Day. We're actually going to celebrate on the 12th and not the 14th because 14th is a Friday, which is going to be a busy day anyway. Places to go and eat are going to be really busy. And so that's not something I can handle right now. I can't handle it on a normal, regular mental health day, but the way I'm experiencing life right now, I definitely can't. And for those of you who go through these things, who are experiencing this, you understand every single thing I'm saying. You understand the hibernation, you understand the disappearing, like you get it. Those that have it are not going to get it. And I understand both sides. So all I can do is come on here and be honest and say, there's a lot, and I'm trying to constantly play catch up. And to be on board with everything that's happening. And even some things that are not happening that I would like to see happen. So that's what's going on February the 3rd. I showed the little necklace. I have a Temu order that's coming in today by 5 o'clock. I'll show that in another video. It's very small. It's not a big deal video. Order. It's not. I don't know if yesterday I did one of these. I kind of think I didn't, but I'm going to skip over the next couple, and I'll give you a couple, and if you want to answer in the comments, feel free. You guys can talk amongst yourself until I get my head all on straight and I can answer comments again. Just bear with me. If I didn't ask this one, would you rather see 10 minutes into the future, or would you rather time travel 10 years into the past? So 10 minutes into the future, or time travel 10 years into the past. And let's do number 8 also. Would you rather be able to control dogs with your mind, or be able to translate their barks? Which would you rather? I know some of these are so silly, but that's what it is. That's what it says. That's number 8. I hope that you do answer them in the comments, and I promise you I am working hard at getting this together. Like, I really am. Because it's scary for me. Like, feeling like I'm feeling is not fun, and it's really scary. And there's no one, I don't want to put this on any of my people on Messenger. Everyone is going through so much as it is. And my psychiatrist is not available. And I couldn't talk to her anyway until I know I actually have insurance. And same thing with my therapist. And my therapist just doesn't quite get it. She just says the same thing to me over and over. She says, well, you're doing it. You're getting through it. Like, what's the alternative except to be really honest about, what it is I'm experiencing? I'm going through drawers. I'm going from room to room to room to room, and I'm going through every drawer, every if it's a little thing and I haven't used it, it gets donated. If it's a little thing and it's not worth donating, it goes into the dumpster. And I have cleaned out things they're just gone. Things are just gone. And with every single thing that's gone, there's a piece of me that disappears. So I have to think that what I'm going through is a direct relation to Sky's death, my caregiving years, all the changes that I went through as a woman and a person, getting engaged and married, and moving through life yeah. So this is 30 minutes long. I appreciate you just being here and just trying to understand where I am. Just hang in there with me, please. Just hang in there with me. If you want to leave a comment, that's fine. Please be kind. Please understand that no one asks for these kind of realities to hit them. No one. But they, obviously for me, I got hit. And it's scary because I have these moments where I literally don't know how to even think. And so there's like paperwork that I needed to fill out that I couldn't, like I didn't know how even though I would at another time, that Georgia's needed to help me with. So it's not like I'm going through something little, I'm going through something big. And today feels a little bit better than the last 7 days have felt. At the same time, I know that I'm not there yet. I'm not back. You know what I mean? So thank you for listening and hopefully understanding. Stay with me over on Messenger. At some point, I will show up. I hope that people watch these videos to know, like, okay, she's going through something really hard. And just, just take care of yourselves. That's about the best I can ask.